Explain why Richard I's succession to the throne was peaceful. You may use the following in your answer: Henry II, Philip II of France. You must also use information of your own. 12 marks. 6 of those marks will be awarded for AO2, which is your analysis of causation. This question is all about explaining why, so you need to identify some features to make your point. That brings us on to AO1, which is your knowledge and understanding of the period. Now you can use the stimulus points given to you in the question. You don't have to, but you can. But it's also really important that you use your own knowledge to progress into the higher bands. You can find out more about all of this on the overview videos. Here are the bottom 2 bands for this question. Again, our overview video explains all of this in much more detail, but have a read through to try and decide where you think your answer would fit. Generally speaking, to score highly on this question, your answer needs to analyse the question, and that means you need to have developed points which draw in relevant evidence. It should follow a logical structure, so it should be quite easy for the examiner to understand what you're arguing, and you should also be bringing in your own knowledge. These are the top 2 bands for this question. Have a read through and try and decide where you think your answer would fit. There are lots of different points you can make when answering this question, so as long as what you say is relevant to the question and correct, the examiner will accept it. But here are some points that you could have made. Now, it's a really good idea with these longer answer questions to use the point, evidence, explain structure. So, for example, you could say that, as your point, that Richard tried to secure the succession in advance. Then you give your evidence. He ensured that he was named successor to England, Normandy, Anjou and Aquitaine. Then you need to explain, so you need to link that evidence back to the question and back to the point that you were making. You can say that there were therefore no significant rival claimants who might have threatened a peaceful succession. Structuring your answer like this shows that you've analysed the question. It shows that you've got a developed point that's been well thought through, and that is how you can score in the higher bands.